You guys have started your road trip coming from Sacramento. You are now traveling through New Mexico, so you stop by the nearest town called White Sands.
I check out the public affairs office.
You guys must not be from around here.
Nah, we just stopped in town for the night.
I wouldn't actually recommend you stay out too much. It's like really late, and we've been having a trouble with like wild dogs around.
What kind of wild dogs are you talking about?
Wait, just a minute, young man. I think I see something in ya. And he comes back out with this weird-looking, like, skull.
This seems important family heirloom,
Just
or
take
maybe
the damn skull, boy. You hear a howl,
Keep the
and this creature, it's much worse off than the other dogs. In fact, not only is it much worse off, it seems to be living like this.
Jones turns to Angeline and he's like, "Where'd you put the skull?"
As you top it and it gets some space around it, it begins to unfold into this large weapon, which is, you can recognize as a scythe. I'm gonna say that, like, maybe you were trying to point the knife out at it, but before it even gets within 3 feet of you, it just starts to get these wounds all over it.
Jones kind of finally wrestles free enough to grab the scythe, and he whips it, the blade under the neck of the Chupacabra as it's gnawing towards his face, and he just pulls up, and he has every intention of severing its head off with the blade.
Episode 1 and we trashed the minivan already. Dear God.
Immediately.
Alright, so we just did all the XP, a couple people leveled up and got new moves.
It was not Sage.
And by couple, we mean the couple. The couple leveled up.
Yep,
A couple.
it was not Sage.
Jones, yours was experience with the weapon, right?
I took Ancient Fighting Arts. When wielding an old-fashioned weapon, you deal +1 harm and gain +1 to protect someone. You know, he starts practicing with the scythe, I think. He likes it. Well, he doesn't like it, but he's getting used to it.
Tolerating it.
Okay, and I decided what I would take. Which is, I've read about this sort of thing. Roll +sharp instead of +cool when you are acting under pressure, and I took that from the expert.
That's really cool.
Alright, so, if you would like to view the map that says routemap.png, it shows the path that you took from your last location, White Sands. The first day you passed through Dallas, Texas, and made your way across all of Texas, which was quite a trip. And then, the next day you visited the Hot Springs National Park in Arkansas.
Arkansas?
It's Arkansas. I hate that it said that, but it's not.
Emily, I will not be able to do this show if every episode we learn another horrible secret about how you pronounce words.
Dem coyotes, though?
No, it's coyotes. Never heard coyotes a day in my life.
I'm pretty sure it's coyotes. No, I just say things like I read them, alright?
Yeah, but Emily, you've heard the whole thing where it's Arkansas. Like, there's literally a Vine about it.
Yeah, I remember that vine, actually.
Kansas sounds like the nega shadow twin of Kansas if Kansas was an anime protagonist.
Stop! No!
It is, though. Alright, so, Angeline, you know exactly where you guys are heading to, because the next spot on the map that you've been waiting for a long time is the Mothman. But you aren't quite there yet. You've been following the Mississippi River up north, and it's getting late. This is the second day of the 24-hour trip that you can see on the pathway, so you've stopped at a nice little campground that's right outside of a town called Enfield. And so you finally got to your first actual bit of camping on recording. I'm sure you've camped through your trips, but this is finally we're actually camping now. We aren't just staying in a motel. Oh yeah, Jamie, I had a question for Angeline. Most cryptozoologists have a signature belief with their zoology, like whether or not it's aliens or magic or mutants. So what does Angeline believe? that the cryptids are.
I think she kind of has a Ronaldo kind of view.
Aliens?
No, she's like the main character, where she thinks that.
Lizard people?
No. She thinks that there are monsters and aliens both, but that they are among us, and that they know that she knows, and that they're coming for her.
Oh boy.
So she's willing to accept anything, but on the basis that it is out to get her.
Yeah.
Dear God, Jones, why did you marry this woman?
I don't know.
Let's start with, what are the opening moves? Rolling. Jones or Sage? Which one wants to go first?
Ladies first.
Alright, the premonitions, yay. Let's see how this goes.
Best of luck.
Oh, shit. That's 9 plus 2, that is a 11.
Hey, nice.
Alright. On a plus 10, you have a detailed vision of something bad that is going to happen. You gain a plus 1 to prevent it from happening, and you can mark XP to stop it. So, you have this premonition of a strange monster that almost looks like your premonition isn't fully, detailed because it's just a vision. But this monster, it looks really weird. It looks like something a child would come up with. And it's milling around train tracks, and as you're looking at this, you see a person, and then you hear a gunshot, and the vision is over.
Can you describe what the thing is that I see? Like a child came up? That gives me nothing.
Yeah, she got an 11.
Alright. Okay. So this monster has 2 giant eyes and 3 legs and 2 little tiny arms, and it's kind of like hulking over.
What the hell?
I want to say I know what this is, but I don't.
That doesn't sound familiar to me at all, and I, know them all by the back of my hand.
Oh yeah, I chose a really, really obscure one for the one right before Mothman.
You! You tricked me!
Oh, I found it. Hi, friend.
Okay, alright, so I'm going to roll for my, bad times. My nightmare visions. My acid trip.
Dual acid trips.
Okay, that's not so bad, actually. I got a 7.
With your plus weird?
No, I have a -1. I got an 8, but with my weird, it's a 7.
Oh. Alright. So, you have this dream, and it's not a bad dream. It's, you're sitting with your wife in your living room back at home, and she's reading a book. It's one of her cryptid books. You don't really quite know about it, but on the back there's a picture of the author, and as you kind of study the back of the book, you feel like you should know this author. Just kind of wake up from that.
Huh.
You guys are in the campgrounds, which is campgrounds.png, and it is late. So you're in the Hamilton County Conservation Area, right? It counts as a part of Enfield. It's a normal campground. They give you the basic, rundown, don't feed the animals, the raccoons, that kind of stuff. There's, lock boxes, and... Oh, by the way, you guys have your van. I figure you just got it fixed or something.
Jones was not happy about shelling out that money, but,
Couldn't give up the van.
I was actually kind of hoping that we, bought a truck.
Nope. Still in the van.
That would be even more expensive. It was between renting or getting a new van.
If we don't keep this van till the end, I will be livid.
We have to keep the van now.
The van is just as important to protect as both of your lives.
Oh.
I mean, I theorized that someone else in the town had the same make and model and was all like, hey, I'll take your guys' crappy one. I'll just sell you mine. We'll just trade. Same price, same price.
What is this freaking town of helpful, nondescript NPCs that are just like, oh, I'm willing to do whatever as long as it benefits you and the plot?
I'm sorry, Riley. Have you ever gone to, a nondescript town in the middle of nowhere?
Yes!
They are really nice.
They're not that nice!
They are in Texas.
Riley, also keep in mind, the dude had the scythe thing, for the Chosen One stuff, so I feel like everyone in that town kinda knows.
That town is a cult.
Oh, good lord.
Everyone's in on it. No, I'm just joking. You could have just gotten the van fixed. I'll leave that up to you guys. Alright, so do you guys do anything before you go to bed, or do you What do you do as you late night campfire it up?
Sage is absolutely if you got a fire going, she's making s'mores. Are you kidding? This is like the one good thing about the camping part is that she gets to make s'mores.
I'm probably making s'mores with her.
Jones has been especially on alert and has been practicing with the scythe a lot more.
Alright. By the way, did we decide on jobs?
I have not decided on a job for him yet.
What does Angeline do?
She's just a desk job worker at a paper company.
Alright. I didn't know if you ran a blog or anything.
No, I said in the first episode, she definitely runs a blog.
Alright.
She doesn't get paid for it though. She doesn't have that many followers.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys are making s'mores. There's other campsites around. I'll leave it up to you guys if you want to investigate those or just go to bed.
I don't think he wants to go to bed, but I don't think he wants to freaking explore. I think he's just gonna sit there quietly.
What if we went to our neighbors and just said hi to them?
What time is it?
Late.
There's a fire over there.
Angeline, I need you to understand something. When it is dark out, social interaction ceases to happen because people go to bed and they no longer run their businesses and have energy to deal with strangers. When it is dark, we stay here. I don't understand why this is... He just quietly puts his head in his hands.
Sage got her social awkwardness from her father. Just straight up.
Just having to deal with her mom.
This is the second episode in a row where Angeline is we're gonna go interact with some people, and it's 1 o'clock in the morning.
I don't think it's 1 o'clock in the morning if other fires are being there.
Yeah, it's not that late. It's more 11 or 12. It's not 1 a.m. when you guys were in the other town. This one you definitely had to check into the campsites, and they aren't normally open that late.
Probably doing things with, their families. We don't... it would be a shame for us to interrupt them, having quality time with their families.
Dad, are you trying to say something?
I never try to say anything. What I'm just trying to say is I don't understand why we're all so eager to go around talking to people. It's very late. I think we should go to bed.
Trust no one.
That's boring.
I think...
Honey, I thought you didn't want to go to bed.
I think we should stay here, and maybe we should talk a little bit more about, the zombie dogs.
There's a dog at the campsite right next to you.
Wait, did you say there's a dog?
If there's a dog, Sage is gone.
They just both disappear into the forest.
We all scatter.
We're like, dog? Alright, let's go meet our neighbors.
Jones is he's talking, we shouldn't go over and disturb them. Here's a dog bark. Let's go over and disturb them.
I mean, that's what Sage does. No, Sage would straight up.
No, Jones is opposite. Jones doesn't want anything to do with dogs right now.
Oh, right. Yeah. It's been 2 days with nothing happening.
Sage is we saw the zombie dogs, and
Sage wants to see a normal dog.
Yeah, Sage wants to see a normal dog, so she's gone. You just saw your 15-year-old get up from where she was sitting and walk over towards the person with the dog.
Okay, cool. Well...
I turned to Jones and I'm just like, are you just gonna let her walk away into the forest?
Absolutely not.
Maybe we should follow her.
Alright, so you guys go over to the other... Sorry, I'm looking up a dog breed.
Any dog breed will do, Emily. Seriously, any dog breed. I'm not even joking.
If you say zombie dog...
A Leon Burger.
A what?
All of us are just looking it up.
Yes, they're so cute.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's humongous.
It's fluffy.
It's like a mastiff.
It's so big.
Yeah. So this is it's a family of a dad and an older son and a much younger son. I'm gonna say the older son's probably around 18 and the younger one's still 10.
Oh God, Sage is
And-
right in the middle.
They've got this big fluffy dog, and they all look pretty athletic, and this seems like the guy's like party time kind of thing.
Hi, I'm sorry to disturb whatever you're doing, but could I pet your dog? They look really fluffy and big, and I want to pet the dog.
The dad's like, yeah, go ahead, sure. He's a nice dog.
Yes, what's the dog's name?
Rufio.
Oh, I love the name. And Sage starts petting the dog and like doing that cooing, like who's a good boy kind of thing, like petting and all that. She's just like crouched down.
It's probably like glommed to you by now. You're just like on the ground and it's smothering you.
Oh yeah.
Jones is watching that dog like a hawk.
Sage is enjoying this because after the zombie dog, she's like, I needed this. I need like a big fluff dog to hug.
The dad comes up and he goes up to shake your hand, Jones's hand. He's like, hi, I'm Todd.
Jones. I shake his hand back.
Nice night tonight. You guys staying up for the meteor shower?
Meteor shower?
Yeah, there's a meteor shower.
Oh, I'm afraid we haven't been keeping track of things like that lately.
We've been on a road trip. We haven't really been on internet looking for stuff like that much.
But that sounds beautiful. I'd love to stay up and see it.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? You're a good boy.
The youngest son, like, when he sees you giving attention to the dog, obviously he's gonna come up and give attention to the dog as well.
It's a competition.
Yeah. It's like, don't steal my dog.
Yeah, it's a 10-year-old, like, to a 15-year-old petting the dog vigorously.
All right, Angeline. Let's not bother the nice people anymore. Let's get on back to our campsite.
Oh, why? Why don't we just stay here with them and see the meteor shower tonight?
Please.
I don't think we received an invitation.
Well, sir?
Todd shrugs and he's like, well, you guys could see it pretty much anywhere. There's been a couple that have flying by, but it's kind of one of those things you gotta wait, like, 20 minutes between each meteor. We have plans. We got one of those skylights on our tents. We're just gonna open that and just sit in the tent where it's nice and warm. Might be a bit awkward to have more people join.
All right, you hear that? They have plans. They're doing it in their tent. Let's get on back, guys. Come on.
Well, it was nice to meet you.
All right, thank you for letting me pet your dog. And she, like, ruffles the head of the dog before she, like, pushes herself to her feet and, like, kind of waves at the two guys and walks towards you guys.
Rufio's best dog.
Jones gives a little nod and a smile towards them, and then heads back on out.
Angeline just kind of mutters under her breath, normal boys.
Mom, stop, please.
Alright, as you guys go back and you keep your eyes on the sky and you do see, like, 1 or 2 meteors. I don't know how long you guys decide to stay up.
Now I feel like Sage automatically falls asleep.
Yeah, Sage doesn't deal with insomnia. Not yet, anyway.
Jones is going to do his best to stay up as late as absolutely possible.
Alright.
Yeah, Angeline stays up for a little bit, like sees maybe 2 or 3 of them and then falls asleep.
Alright. So,
Jones sits outside next to, like, the fire with, like, the skull down, like, on the floor facing towards him. And he just, like, has a mug and he just sips it, looks at the skull. He's like, so, don't get out much, do you? Takes another long sip from the mug, just staring at the skull, looks around.
Is Jones okay?
as you stay up, you hear some, like, scratching noises. And, like, you know, the campsite's already warned you about raccoons, and you guys probably put most of your food inside the lockbox. Your s'more stuff is still out, it sounds like, since none of you put it away.
Do I have to roll to wake up? Because in my mind, I have Angeline as a light sleeper. And, like, anything that's kind of suspicious, she, like, bolts up.
Yeah, I'd say, like, it's not anything intense, it's just, like, animal noises.
Yeah, it's just like quiet animal scratching, so I don't think...
It could be anything.
I mean, that's true.
Have you ever been camping? Everything is louder, like...
That's true.
Jones gets up, picks up the skull, and kinda meanders over towards the s'mores to pack it all away.
As you go over to you see in through the trees, like, kinda towards the lake that's in front of you guys' campsite, since everyone's, like, is surrounding these, like, little looping trails around the lake. you see, like, it looks like someone has trucks or something on in the distance, because you see, like, 2 headlights. But then they quickly turn off, and it's dark again.
Don't like that.
It's aliens.
But yeah, the scratching stops, and it's all gone.
I'm going to do what I feel like is quickly becoming Jones's catchphrase, which is, Jones is going to read a bad situation. He's gonna just kind of, like, walk towards the, like, s'mores very slowly, keeping an eye out. Eyes peeled, as it were.
Alright.
Oh, good.
What'd you roll?
That's a delicious 4.
Ah.
That's a massive 4. Did I win? Did I beat the game? Did I win the game with this 4? That's the highest number, right? Like, that's the best one?
Yeah, out of 12.
Yeah, 4 I feel like 4 out of 12 is the best one.
Honey.
Sorry to break it to you, bud, it's not.
I need to find out what happens on a 4.
On a miss, you might misread the situation. Everything is fine here. It would be totally safe to investigate alone. Or you might reveal tactical details to your enemies, etc.
Yeah, it was just a raccoon.
So, yeah, Jones is like, okay, yeah, first of all,
And you getting up scared it off.
yeah, not everything is a zombie dog. He says that out loud to himself. He's like, not everything is a zombie dog. And then he says it down, like, to the skull, and he's like, not everything is a zombie dog. He sets down the skull, like, noticeably away from him, and starts to pick up the s'more stuff with his 2 hands, unarmed.
Nah, it's fine.
Okay. He takes up all the s'more things, and he grabs the skull and puts it on top, and then realizes that's probably a bad idea. But it's too late now. He's committed to this.
And you've got the, like, campsite lockbox stuff.
Yeah.
You're putting it in there.
Put the s'mores away, where they are safe.
When you go to bed, the next morning, you wake up and you see, like, there's scratches on the lockbox, which you think maybe them raccoons must have been really intensely interested in getting into that food. They probably saw you put it in there.
Darn varmints.
That's the name of the next episode.
Darn varmints.
Nah, I'm sure we'll come up with a better one.
I don't think so. That's pretty good.
You haven't seen this monster, though. This is a good, obscure monster.
Yeah,
I mean, I looked it up. It is pretty weird. I mean, there's cute drawings of it.
Hey, you aren't allowed to look up my monster yet?
Hey, I'm supposed to know a bunch of stuff.
I chose one specifically that you wouldn't know about.
No worry, I'm not, like, looking up stuff about it. I just see it.
Okay, Jones keeps the skull, which he's named Maury. He keeps it in Angeline's stuff. Like, he feels that Angeline gets it more than he does. So when he doesn't have it out, or, like, around him, he, like, puts it back in Angeline's things. So when he begins packing up the camp, he has packed up Maury into Angeline's duffel bag, and is now going around the camp getting everything ready to go.
Alright, so what do you guys do?
Well, I help him pack.
Alright.
Before we go, I would like to have a quick family meeting, if that's alright.
Sage to wake up and come back to the...
Sage is still asleep.
Sage is what I would just... Okay, that's fair. Just like to discuss is, you know, it's been 2 days, and I feel like we should maybe talk a little about the zombie dogs. I feel like we really haven't discussed that or really confronted this horrifying realization, this encroachment upon our reality. And that's maybe a thing that we should discuss at some point.
Are you sure it's an encroachment on our reality or on your reality, Jones? Because keep in mind, your wife has known about this stuff.
Angeline's just, honey, I don't know if there's much to talk about. It was zombie dogs. That's it.
You don't think that warrants a discussion?
It's a chupacabra. It's fine.
Jones just stares at her.
It's one of the lesser of the cryptids.
Oh, so they have ratings now.
Yeah. It's like a video game.
Jamie, I hear you say it's one of the lesser of the cryptids, and then the part of me that has that from, like, little childhood, because it's part of, like, the Hispanic mythology, I'm like, no, it's not. Like, just that part of me that, like, knows.
I mean, there's worse cryptids.
Yeah, we're not saying it's not important, we're just saying it's not necessarily, like,
It's like a level 5 out of a level 15. Well, honey, what do you need to talk about? You obviously seem like you need to talk it out.
Well,
How's your skull doing?
Maury's doing fine. Maury is a skull, and sometimes also a scythe. I don't think he has feelings or emotions that would be relevant. He don't talk.
Yes, but you talk to him.
That's more of a nervous tick and me dealing with carrying around a human skull.
Fair enough.
Oh yeah, I'd like to say something. I'm trying to get more into like the actual like mystery part because last time I just kind of pushed you guys through the encounters, but this time I really want you guys to run the encounters. So do things.
Yeah, that's gonna have to be an Angeline thing, because I can't imagine him taking, like, lead at this point yet. Or, like, wanting to be involved. This hasn't turned into, like, murdering, yet they've just had one weird, experience.
I mean, Angeline hasn't had any incentive to...
Yeah, we don't have anything to keep us involved in this.
There are scratches on the lockbox.
Yeah?
There's always scratches on lockboxes!
It was a small bear.
Oh, wait, actually, that is a thing. Are the scratches, like, noticeably bigger than what a raccoon could do?
Yeah. Jones just believed they were raccoons because he got a bad roll.
Okay, so, if that's something you're looking for, Jones points that out. He's like, so there's a pretty big raccoon last night.
Alright, Angeline goes over and looks at it. Do I roll for that?
Yeah.
I got a 10.
10. Alright.
Angeline goes over and looks at him and she's like, Jones, these aren't raccoon marks.
They're not?
No, they're way too big.
Well, I didn't really take a careful look at them, but saw a raccoon last night. Kind of figured they were from that.
Did you see a raccoon or did you think you saw a raccoon?
No, I saw a raccoon. I am positive I saw a raccoon.
Your mind's filling in.
Jones walks over to the lockbox and takes a look at it and, like, is staring at the scratches and, like, does mental calculations on how big he thinks raccoons are and goes, that probably wasn't a raccoon. Just on a second look here.
I feel like this is when Sage wakes up in the midst of their was that a raccoon or not conversation.
So which direction did you see that go?
I didn't really see it go in any direction. I saw eyes and then I didn't, and I cleaned up and went to bed.
So where did you see the eyes?
Near the s'mores?
I go over to where the s'mores were and I'm just like looking through all the forest and I'm getting deeper into it.
Are you investigating?
Sure, I'll investigate more.
Alright.
I got it.
Alright, investigate the mystery. You got what?
I got a 9 this time.
Alright. You have one hold.
So you can ask one of the questions.
You can ask what happened here, what sort of creature, what can hurt it, where did it go, what was it going to do, what is being concealed here. I'd suggest either what happened here, what sort of creature is it, where did it go, or what is being concealed here.
Where did it go?
Where did it go? Alright, so as you're investigating, you see a really weird footprint, and you can see that it's like going back in the direction, like out to the street, and you can assume from that the next closest place is the area around Enfield.
This is when Sage finally takes a break of eating her food and goes, Mom, I had a weird dream last night. It was like this weird creature. It had a bunch of arms. It had some weird eyes. It was over train tracks. I don't know. There was gunshot. I didn't like it. It wasn't a good dream.
Jones is gonna turn to Angeline and be like, I think we should go talk to those people from last night.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We should check on them. Make sure they weren't hurt by this raccoon.
Yeah, I want to make sure they didn't see anything or...
Dog?
Yes, darling?
Yes, also dog.
Yes!
Maybe not for the dog, maybe for the safety of, human beings, but dogs are good too.
That's debatable.
But first, if this is like a zombie bear or super raccoon, I would...
Honey, not everything is a zombie.
Okay, I did mention that there was a possibility of it being a super raccoon, and I feel you just kind of blew off that theory a little too quick.
Because that's not a cryptid. That's just a raccoon science experiment.
Well, it could be that, for all we know.
If we see a super raccoon, can I name it Rocket?
We are not keeping it. Angeline, I would like to get Maury from your bags, if you don't mind.
Alright, I hand over the skull.
Do you just walk over to the other people with the giant scythe?
No, he puts the skull in like a backpack, and he puts on the backpack so it's less conspicuous, and then he's gonna head over towards the people.
All right.
Hey, you know what? After we talk to these people, why don't we go for a hike?
You don't want to go for a hike. You want to find the super raccoon.
I don't know what you're talking about. I want to go for a lovely family hike with you two.
Angeline, don't lie to me.
And find a cryptid.
She's a bad liar.
Dad,
Yes,
what's a Mori?
that's what I named the skull.
Why did you give it a name? What was the point of that?
Well, it has Memento Mori written on the side, and I talk to it sometimes because it calms the nerves, and I figured,
Dad?
it's just shorthand instead of saying the whole thing.
Dad,
Yes,
maybe instead of talking to a skull, you should get more sleep.
I put my hand on Sage's shoulder. I'm just like, honey, we all knew this day was coming. Your dad is crazy.
that seems like...
You want to talk?
Sage, I am your mother!
No, hold on here.
I just flashbacks to episode 1. Sage, don't call your mother crazy.
Jones looks visibly offended, and he like turns and walks. He's like, okay, first of all, we're gonna talk to that nice family we met last night, that we bothered when we should have been leaving them alone, and we're gonna make sure they're okay. Secondly, we're gonna go on the hike, and we're gonna track down the super raccoon, and...
Was that hike in quotations?
Yes, there was quotations.
Yeah, I could hear the quotations.
I could hear them too.
We are going to find the super raccoon, and we are either going to deal with it ourselves, or we call animal control, and we have the police come down and put it in a cage or something.
I almost wish there was a cryptid called a super raccoon. So, the campsite next to you, they're also packing up, and the dog looks like visibly agitated.
Oh no, Foofy.
Good morning, neighbor.
Todd waves to you, and he's like, "Morning, Jones."
So, we had some troubles with a raccoon last night. I don't know if you had the same, any critters rummaging through your stuff, if you saw anything last night.
Yeah, we must have. Rufia is really, really excited about it, or something.
No, I did not mention this last night because it was late and I was trying to usher the girls to bed, but I just want to say that I am a big fan of that name. It's a good name for a dog.
Yep.
It's from Hook, right? From
Yep, oldest son there.
Yeah, that was my favorite movie as a kid.
Mikey over there. And Mike the oldest, he's the 18-year-old. He just kind of looks up and waves. And it's like, yeah, big fan of Hook.
What was that starring? Was that Russell Williams? Feel like
Robin Williams, honey.
Dad.
Russell Williams.
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams, Dad.
John Curtis.
Mike's like, it's Robin. You know how high schoolers have this you're either cool or you're not?
Yes.
You're instantly on Mike's uncool list.
That's fair.
Yeah, no, Sage walks away. Sage walks away from them towards Mike and be like, please save me, please.
Okay, well, Angeline goes over to the dog trying to figure out stuff.
From a dog.
Can I ask the dog where did it go?
Yeah.
That's not how it works.
Can you speak to animals?
Well, no, I want to go to the dog and I want to invest.
The funny thing is, Sage can.
Oh yeah, I can. I forgot about that telepathy.
Well, she doesn't know yet, though.
But I got
Oh
telepathy.
my gosh.
Yeah, but I'm already at the dog, so I wanted to investigate a mystery and ask where did it go, and I'm just kind of talking to the dog, just like, hey buddy, you okay? Did you see something scary last night?
You already asked where did it go?
I guess. But it's talking to the dog.
I mean, are you doing manipulate or investigate?
I'm manipulating the dog.
This would be investigate a mystery.
Okay.
Literally one of the questions is where did it go?
Yeah, but you already asked where did it go.
Okay, I go over to the dad. I'm just like, hey, did you guys have any plans for today?
Todd's like, yeah, we're gonna head out, move on to the next campground.
You know what? That sounds...
My family was just got to go on a morning hike before we left, and I was just wondering if you wanted to come along, just to neighborly thing.
Jones turns like wide-eyed and stares at Angeline, and his mouth is open, like visibly, like, what the hell are you doing?
Jones, they've got a dog. Who saw it?
No, we're not.
Todd's like, well, no thanks, but, I can recommend a couple good hiking spots. I mean, obviously this wildlife reserve has a couple of trails, but, you know, you just can't beat a nice walk-alongs of train tracks. There's actually a nice train that goes straight through Enfield hereby. We walked along it yesterday, got a nice packed lunch, you know, you sit on the train tracks.
Alright.
At the mention of train tracks, Sage she was talking to, like, Michael, because it's, like, teenagers will flock together kind of deal, like, and she, like, kind of looks and is like, thanks, and she's kind of like, you guys can tell, because you know your daughter, she's kind of doesn't like that idea.
We both heard that, we both heard her last night mention the train tracks in her dream, correct?
Yeah, she mentioned that, that's why she's like,
I think that was this morning when he said the eyes.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, yeah, Angeline definitely wants to go to the train tracks now.
Yeah, Jones also is leaning towards train tracks. So he is going to smile at the family, and he goes, well, it was a pleasure talking to you. I hope you get everything together and get on your way quickly. Have a good time on the road. And Angeline, if I could speak to you and Sage about our hiking plans over here in a different area.
They wave and just kind of continue on with packing up, because they've got a lot to do before they head out.
Angeline, what was that?
They have a dog who saw the thing last night.
Angeline, we're not going to endanger people. That's not what we're...
Well, if I could take the dog, and just the dog, I would.
We're not gonna steal a dog either.
we're not stealing the dog!
Why not? It was a pretty good dog. Sage agrees.
It's their dog. It's their dog. What are you
Mom,
talking
If you
about?
want a dog, please, I've been asking for years, get a dog!
Hey, that's not my fault. I would love a dog. You need to ask your dad.
Dad, we should get a dog.
If it means your mother isn't going to endanger people and steal dogs, then absolutely.
Episode 3, we're getting a dog.
Getting a dog after this trip, after this camp, not trip. We don't want to stress the dog out, all that.
I'd just like to say that, like, Jones is, like, hardcore. Like, I know there aren't alignments in this game per se, but, he's, like, very much lawful good, and he's, like, visibly disappointed in Angeline for suggesting that, like...
Steal a dog, damn.
No, not even, like, endanger civilians, and also...
Angeline's just, like, true neutral.
Angeline isn't even true neutral. She's chaotic neutral. She's like,
She slips into chaotic neutral every once in a while.
Like, I cannot believe you were willing to endanger them, that they have children.
I wasn't planning on injure them.
No, I'm sure, but we're taking them towards an area where we believe a dangerous animal is. We can't just do that.
Their strength in numbers?
They have no weapons. They're mostly children. We also have a child here that we need to be taking care of. We can't just be drafting in.
Children are dangerous.
okay. Now hold on a second. First off, one of those kids was older than me, and he looked like he could like lift stuff or something. There's like a light blush on Sage's cheeks because she's 15. He's an 18-year-old. She was kind of like, okay, let me continue. Don't cut me off. We're not focusing on that. But as I was saying, also keep in mind, last time something happened, I was able to do some weird stuff. So let's just keep that in mind. It's like, you don't, like, I was able to cause stuff, and I still don't know what was going on. And I'm getting the weird stuff, like the dream was kind of weird, and like I don't like the idea of us going to the train tracks, but yeah.
I think personally, I don't feel comfortable letting the super raccoon just wander around so close to people. People have their children here. I wouldn't feel comfortable leaving it alone. And honestly, I feel like the train tracks are our best bet. Darling, if you don't feel comfortable, you don't have to come. And honestly, I'd prefer if you didn't.
Last time we went as a family, I was able to help, so you're not just leaving me at the campsite. Are you kidding me? That's worse.
I never said you had to stay at the campsite, but I left you both options open to you. If you want to come, you can come. If you want to stay in the car, you can. Oh, don't get me wrong. We are definitely doing that. That is step one. That is priority numero uno on my list. I don't know so much about your mother.
Cuts to Angelina. She's just like already packing bags, hunched over, like looks over like a gremlin. I am your mother and I am your wife. Don't say anything.
We didn't say anything. And Sage holds up her hands like, you can't say we said anything about that.
I can hear you thinking.
That's fair. She can hear us think. That is something I have discovered she is able to do.
No, Sage can.
Dad, I learned that you guys can't read minds a very long time ago. Okay, but has Sage before, this is just a question in general, has Sage before been able to, like, hear, like, her parents' thoughts once in a while? Like,
Oh, maybe.
Maybe I'd say that she'd pass it off as a normal thing, or as, like, just a weird, I must have, like, just been lucky kind of thing.
Or maybe she just like thought her parents were muttering to themselves, like when her back was turned.
Yeah. Also, Jones is definitely easy to read. Like,
yeah, Jones is easy to read, but, like, with Angeline, she's not the easiest person to read, so that's why I kind of, like, I was just wondering, because I'm like, I have telepathy, has she, like...
Your telepathy is activated when you are trying to manipulate someone.
Yeah, well, it says investigate a mystery, read a bad situation, or manipulate someone. It starts off with saying you can read people's thoughts. Yeah.
Alright, I see.
That's why I was asking, like, how she occasionally caught, like, small things, because she wasn't paying, like, she was kind of zoned out, and then, like, she heard other things, but she just was, like...
If she was concentrating on trying to figure something out.
as that's a character detail, I think that's up to you to decide.
Yeah. Like, maybe sometimes you're like, oh, are they mad at me? And you're so focused on that you find out whether they are or not or something.
Okay, yeah. Sounds right.
You know that thing where you try to gauge if your parents are in a good mood before you ask them a favor?
She has definitely done that before. Like, asking to go out to the movies with, like, a friend or two that's, like, past, like, her curfew. And she's been, like, seeing if they're in a good mood or not kind of deal.
Probably reads that, like, something bad happened at work without actually asking.
Yeah, and then she's like, I'll talk to Mom first. Like, she'll, like, talk to the person who's more, like, in a good mood.
Yeah. Alright. So what are you guys doing, then?
I'm packing to get ready for a hike.
Jones is going to call the camp, people.
By the way, I am also shoving my shotgun into the backpack.
Hey, when we were in Texas, Angeline, did you, like, stop and buy the rest of the guns that are on your character sheet?
No, I think I'd have to add that sometime later.
Wait,
But I did buy bullets.
so you're trying to grab your shotgun?
I'm shoving my shotgun as much as I can into my backpack.
That's sticking out so much.
It's real bad.
Unless it's a hiking backpack, which in that case that you can fit an entire shotgun in that.
No, I don't think it's a backpacking backpack. It's just a normal backpack.
Nah, it's just a normal backpack.
Sage kind of goes, Mom, that's kind of sticking out. I think we should leave that here so we're not, like, caught by the authorities since we're calling.
It's fun.
Jones drapes like a rag over it.
By the way, you have to take the car with you to get to the train tracks.
Can we just keep it in the car? I mean, that's a...
Yeah, that might be best. Let's keep it in the car until kind of needed. So, do we feel the need to have that scene of Jones calling, like, animal control and, like, the campsite surveillance people and letting them know?
Yeah. So as you drive the truck out, you're gonna pass by the or not the truck, the van. As you drive out, you're gonna pass by the entrance, and you pay and for how many nights he stayed there.
Yeah, okay. So, while he's talking to the people and he's paying...
While you're talking, you actually see another guy come in to check out, and you realize that it's the guy you saw in your dream. You recognize him first because you actually saw him and was thinking about it. But then Angeline, you see him and you recognize him. He is Lauren Coleman, the cryptozoologist, and you have his books. Like,
I just grab all of them and run to him. Sir, I need you to sign every single one of these.
Alright, and I'm just gonna say from here on out, Lauren Coleman is a character and is not the actual cryptozoologist, because I don't want people getting mad at me if he doesn't act like it.
You know, you could always swap him out with, like, a fictional cryptozoologist.
No, it's definitely Lauren Coleman.
Emily, you're like, no, it must be him.
There's a reason he's in here, and you'll find that out.
Yeah. I jump out of the car and run to his.
Mom.
I knock on his window. I'm like, Mr. Coleman,
He kind of, like,
I know you.
he rolls it down, like, reluctantly, because he knows, like, oh, it's a fan. By the way, he's, like, 70.
Mr. Coleman, I would just like to say I am a big fan of yours. I've read every single one of your books, and I just saw the Chupacabra a few days ago.
He raises an eyebrow.
Jones is in the background of all of this with his head in his hands.
My husband cut off its head with a scythe.
Sage walks up and goes, first off, I'm sorry about all of this, and she gestures to her mom.
My daughter has superpowers.
First off, Mom, please stop bothering the old man. Sorry, sir. Sage is this awkward little child trying to be nice, but like...
Sage, this is Lauren Coleman.
Am I supposed to know who that is?
He wrote every single one of the books in our house.
You've got very few books.
Okay, not all of them, because I got the Harry Potter books in my room, so that's incorrect. And then Sage turns back and goes, but what's she saying? I have a question. Is there known to be any, like, cryptids in this area? Like, because Sage is still kind of on edge about her, like, dream, so she's trying to get as much information as she kind of can about it.
Yeah, my daughter had a dream last night about something out here. And my husband also saw something that was kind of similar.
I don't think I mentioned my dream to anyone.
No, not your dream, just something that you saw last night.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He laughs and is like, oh, you've been reading up on the town, hey? Well, actually, Enfield has had a couple cryptid sightings. I actually invested the case here. Something about the Enfield horror.
The what?
The Enfield horror? It's just a small little, like 3 or 4 sightings. I came out here to check on it back in my younger days.
What does it look like?
Oh, it's weird.
It has 3 large legs and 2 tiny little arms, kind of like a T-Rex.
Sage kind of like quickly types it up on her phone, like, and then she kind of like, because it's what she saw in her dream. She's not exactly super happy about it. Oh, okay, that's something.
Angeline's writing down in her notebook.
And Lauren Coleman's like, so wait, you guys think you've seen this thing? Even though you've never heard of it before.
I did not see that. I saw a large raccoon.
He did not see a large raccoon.
I am 100% positive I saw a abnormally large raccoon.
I've never heard of it, but I think I might have had a dream relating. I think I heard it in passing. I was reading a book before we went on this trip kind of deal, so I think I saw it in passing and we're in the area. I think that's what happened. She's not going to describe to this man hey, she's done some weird stuff before and now she's seeing this vision about something she's never actually seen.
She's playing it down, playing it subtle.
I'll explain it.
No, Mom. No, Mom. We're good. I think I just read it in passing. Real quick.
Well, thank you for your help. It was a great to see you in real life.
Just
he's really thinking on it because he's interested now. He's so wait, you guys say you've seen the Chupacabra, and now you're saying that you might have seen the Enfield horror. Are you sure to getting around? Do you say you killed the Chupacabra?
Yeah, that's right.
No.
Yes.
Because
my husband over there in the car.
Wait, did we keep the head?
No, I told him.
Okay.
Honey, bring out your skull. Bring out Maury.
No, don't, Dad, don't. Mom is just being weird. And she's looking back. Sage is trying to cover so bad because she doesn't want this. She already is kind of freaked out. She doesn't want to bring this stranger that her mom likes, but she doesn't know onto this whole thing. So she's trying so hard to do damage
Yeah.
control.
Yeah, Jones would also kind of prefer we didn't endanger this old man. So he starts like ushering everyone out of the building, and he like calls behind him. He's like, "Anyway, you should probably have that raccoon problem checked out. Anyway, bye." And he like has them all outside now.
Bye, Mr. Coleman.
Thanks, Dad. That was.
Bye.
No, I ushered out the old man with them.
Oh, he's with us?
Yeah, I took the old man with us.
You just picked him up over your shoulder.
Wait, you pushed him into the car with
No, not into the car, just like away from that area.
Oh, okay.
So we're not like yelling and screaming in front of those men.
Yeah, he's like, I wrote a book on the chupacabra. You know, it's a shame to be killing the cryptids. I mean, I wouldn't suggest to keep doing it. These things...
I mean, they attacked me. And my kid and my husband?
To be fair, we're
He, like, looks you over and he's like, looks like you guys got out pretty okay.
It was a few weeks ago. We went to the hospital.
It was 2 days ago, Mom.
No, it wasn't 2 days ago.
It was 2 days ago.
It was, like, 3 days.
No, because you said that we spent like 3 days.
It was 2 days of driving.
Yeah, but you said we spent like 3 days at the place, like recovering and fixing the car and stuff.
Okay, so it's been like a week. Not even like.
Yeah.
Not 2 weeks.
Not even a week. It's been, like, 1 school week.
No, we got. Yeah, it was. I got bit. So did Mom.
I pull up my pant leg. I'm like, does this looking fine to you? There's a giant bite mark.
He's all like, so tell me about this chupacabra that you saw.
I don't know about capybara. Is that what you said? But there was a large kind of freaky dog that I was attacked by and bitten just a whole lot.
He's fine though. He's invincible.
No, he got some good medical treatment. Sage is so doing damage control. She's like, some weird stuff's happening in her family, and her mom's not shutting her mouth.
You're doing damage control to a cryptozoologist who is probably more intense than your mom.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that's fair.
exactly. So she's trying to keep it all on the down low. So this.
Angeline's just, hold on, I'll prove it. And I go to like bite my husband.
What? No! Sage is just like covering her eyes. She's looking up at the sky, like, and pinching her nose now, like, please help me. Just take me out of here. She kind of wishes she could have gone with like Michael and Todd and like and the dog.
So Mr. Coleman, he's like, he's looking like very, like, curious, and he's like, I guess I should maybe reopen this case. And he's like, he goes over to start to get into his car. He's like, anyways, hope to see you guys later. I think I'm gonna do some of my own investigations now.
You just hear Jones quietly go, no.
Yeah, like Sage is like, great.
Sounds great, Mr. Coleman. Maybe we can email each other about our results.
No.
What do you think, Mr. Coleman?
He looks over and he's like, you can contact me on my website.
Sounds good.
He's like, anyway, first off, I think I'll check out them train tracks. And he gets in the car and leaves.
I wouldn't do that.
That's funny, we're going the same way. And he's gone.
Jones is just like, he looks at his wife and daughter and goes, we have endangered that old man.
He's 70-year-old grandpa.
Angeline's already in the car. It's like, hey, maybe we should go after that guy and save his life.
Jones gets in the car.
Sage is really pissed at her mom right now. Like, cause she's like, I'm not even joking. Sage is super pissed at her mom right now.
Oh, cool. Raise your hand if you're upset with Angeline. Oh, that's weird. That's a lot of hands I'm seeing. That's 1, that's 2.
Everyone inside the building raises their hands.
That's Jones, Sage, Maury. Weird.
He doesn't have hands.
Alright, so do you guys go over up to the town?
Yeah, we follow the Coleman.
Sage is really pissed at her mom right now. Like, cause she's like, I'm not even joking. Sage is super pissed at her mom right now.
You go up and you pull into town, and there's this Einfield one stop that's like right out front of town to get in, and you already see his car is parked there. So you park there, and do you ask directions to the? I mean, you probably can see the train tracks from here, actually.
Yeah, I grab our bags.
Yeah.
Okay, when we get to the train tracks, I want to do read a bad situation because Sage does not like this one bit.
Can I aid her? Can I help her with that?
Yeah.
Lovely. Let me find that move.
I'm just gonna roll right now for read a bad.
Wait, don't roll, cause I need a. Okay.
It's help out.
Yeah, help
And
out.
it's
There
plus
we are.
cool.
Plus cool. I got 2. Okay. That's a 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, on a 7 to 9, your help grants them +1 to the roll, but you also expose yourself to trouble or danger. Okay, so take a +1 to that roll, Sage.
Okay, and I have +1 sharp, so 6. That's an 8. So I got 1 hold. I'm gonna say since we're just getting there and it's like Sage is already on edge, I would say, are there any dangers we haven't noticed? Like, cause like Sage kind of looking around, she's had that dream, she's freaked out. So are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
All right. So you get to the train tracks, and it's not quite. You know these are the same train tracks as the ones in your dreams, and you aren't quite yet at the spot that your dream takes place, or at least you assume, since nothing looks exactly like it. But you do see another one of the footprints from the monsters, so you know it's around.
Oh, good.
And around that footprint, you see footprints from who you assume is Mr. Coleman, as if he stopped by and stooped down to look at it.
Mom,
Yes, honey.
you have that knife on your person?
Yeah, I pull it out of my pocket.
First off, why would you keep it in your pocket? That's a bad place to put it. Second, can I hold it?
Yes, you may, honey.
Okay. And Sage just takes the knife. She's like holding it right now.
Also, why is a pocket a bad place to put a butterfly knife? It's a fold-up knife.
No, like I didn't know what type of knife it was, but like
Butterfly knives are those ones that flip around and you can fold up and keep doing hand tricks with.
I wouldn't know. My family doesn't. My family has kitchen knives.
Scythe activated.
Can I do an where did it go investigation?
Yeah, you gotta roll investigation first.
I got a 10.
Alright. So you can kind of assume from the footprint which direction it was going, and I'm gonna say that includes, it's pretty fresh. Obviously the guy just got here as well. He couldn't have been that far ahead of you, so.
So let's go in that direction.
Yeah. Jones is gonna follow. Jones has his scythe out. He's unhappy.
Especially considering Sage has the knife and she's not the type of person who
Yeah.
normally do that. I feel like that would put Jones more on edge because his
This is
normally like relaxed daughter is like gripping the knife like it's a
Yeah.
lifeline.
Angeli's just like skipping.
He is sticking close to Sage.
So, you guys, go down a little ways, and, you're coming up to the spot, which, Sage, you haven't quite gotten to it yet, but, because it's still a little ways in front of you, but you can recognize it as this location from your dream. And you can also, I don't know, I'm gonna say, you could do something right now, since you have this kind of, heads up that this is the spot.
Like, hold on, I'm trying to think of something to do because I would get a +1 trying to prevent it because I'm trying to prevent like what happened in the dream. So I feel like she's concentrating hard enough. Would telepathy be able to work in this like instant?
Yeah. I'm not gonna say you have to know the thing that you're telepathying in.
Yeah, because I want to do like
Sage Dart activated.
I want to use it on like the Coleman. That's his last name, right? Because she wants to like using telepathy, like, and it's like investigating mystery without speaking to them. She kind of I want to do that.
I'm just gonna say, you're thinking about him since you're following him anyway, so that'll just automatically activate.
Okay. So that's plus sharp, and then since I'm trying to prevent it, would I do +1 on that?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see what I get. That's an 11 plus 2, so that is 13. So I'm gonna say, what can, like, since I got 2, is what can it do and what can hurt it from, like, Coleman's mind. Like, he knows the stuff.
Yeah, you could be like, he investigated before, I wonder what he knows about it, and then you get, like, these thoughts, and you know that, so the creature was, it was described as, like, one, the first occasion, it stamped on a little boy's shoes, and it tore his sneakers to shreds with just its feet. And the second time, it had been seen, it was like scratching at a house and trying to get in. But a guy shot at it, but the gun's shots didn't do much. It just scared it off. It didn't actually hurt it.
So we have no clue what can hurt it. Besides that, guns cannot hurt it.
Yeah.
Big old bone scythe probably will do something.
So I'm really gonna go for, like, the weaknesses this time, because I didn't have weaknesses on the last one. They're just kind of weak to everything. But in Monster of the Week, the way weaknesses work is you cannot kill it unless you do the weakness. But you already know that Lauren Coleman does not want you killing cryptids. So, cryptids.
Yeah, I feel like Sage kind of is like.
Who asked him, first of all? Screw that.
Well, I feel like Sage, first off, is kind of like, before we get into this, so we know it's the Enfield horror, right? Like, Sage wants to, like, cover everything before they really start, since, again, everything's freaked out. She just got the thoughts that she certainly didn't know. So, Mom, I don't think your gun will be very useful in this instance.
Well, good thing I didn't bring it.
It's literally...
No, we left the car. It's not in my backpack.
Yeah, so Dad, I feel like your scythe might be a good pal in this situation.
Yeah, that's fair.
I currently only have a garrote.
I mean, I wouldn't want you getting too close to it. I mean, it has 3 feet, and they're really sharp toes. So just try to keep a distance. We don't want the zombie dog situation happening again.
So what you're telling me is it's not a super raccoon?
No, it's not. Sorry, Dad. It's just, I think it's the Enfield horror.
That's fair. Jones is a little disappointed the super raccoon theory didn't pan out.
They couldn't name it Rocket. That makes him sad.
Well, I want to look around for the Enfield horror.
Yeah? Does looking around count? Or is that just, like... I think you just look around, because that's just something anyone can do.
Yeah.
Unless you're looking for, like, tiny things, like investigating. But if you're just like, oh, where's the monster?
Well, I want to look around, see if I can find more footprints. I want to see if I can find, like, big patches where it looks like a big creature went through the forest.
Yeah.
Roll for that?
Yeah, because that's investigate, if you're actually looking for specific things.
I got a 10. I'm rolling pretty good.
So, alright, out of 10, you can hold 2.
Well, another where did it go? And maybe what was it going to do?
Alright, so, for where did it go, you see more footprints, but these ones are kind of, like, dried. They haven't been here recently. I mean, obviously, there's more of Coleman's footprints around them, so he's been here recently. But, like, the footprints, it seems like it wanders around the train tracks quite a bit. But they continue on up the train tracks, and, you actually, like, as you're looking, you bump into Lauren Coleman, who's also looking at the footprints. And he's like, oh.
It's a stereotypical 2 detectives looking down and suddenly bump into each other.
Yeah, pretty much. So I'm gonna say you're, like, muttering, about like, what is it going to do? So yeah, I'm gonna say that he basically answers your question of what is it going to do. He's, like, muttering something about, food. Like, he's like, it must be hungry. It seems to be going up and down from the plant up there. And he's like, oh, hello. Like, he didn't even realize he answered a question that was said aloud. He just kind of was like, oh, right, we're all thinking about this, answering questions.
Hello again, Mr. Coleman.
Hello, don't think I quite got your name.
My name's Angeline Jones.
Alright, Angeline. It's nice to meet you again.
Yeah. We're just on a hike, getting some fresh air before we go out on back into the car for a few hours.
Alright. You got any, cryptozoologists like you?
Question: does he see Jones like standing behind them with a giant bone axe?
Oh, is Jones' axe out? Or scythe?
Yeah, no, I said he got it out.
Okay, he just now realizes it then, and he's like, what is that?
Dad, put it away! Sage quickly, says this really,
Sage just kind of slaps him a few times.
she's nudging his side, being like, put it away, put it away.
Jones just looks at them like blankly, like there's a monster. I'm not. There's like a scary monster though.
I told you my husband had a scythe.
Coleman nods. It's like, that's real good. I hope you aren't planning to use it on the unheld monster.
It's just a precaution.
I mean, I know we call these things monsters, but I think I'm picking up some real I think it's just hungry. You say it was hanging around the campsites?
Yeah.
Yeah, they tried to get into our food storage.
Well, that explains it. It's going back and forth. These footprints have led me all the way back up to the processing plant, up the train tracks, and back down again, and that's what I think it's just hungry.
What happens if we feed it?
Probably goes back to sleep. You seen those meteor showers lately?
Yeah.
I'm wondering if one of those things woke it up or something, cause it seemed to have gone silent since the last time.
Yes, well, this scythe is for not stabbing things and nothing else.
It's definitely for stabbing things.
Jones does not lower the scythe.
It's for stabbing things.
I mean, if the thing tries to attack us, we're gonna defend ourselves, mister, but, otherwise, we don't want, I don't want to kill it.
For the record, if this thing can be placated and put to sleep or maybe moved somewhere else, I'm all for letting it live. I don't feel comfortable just going around killing animals, as it were. But, I just, people first. Gotta keep them safe.
Coleman nods and he's like, yeah, we really gotta find some way to get this thing out of here. I feel like if it causes too much trouble, it'll get captured by the NRA or something, and that'll just be a shame. I mean, I live for documenting these things and all, but if the moment the government gets involved and starts dissecting aliens and stuff, I get a little sad.
I mean, yeah, that's unnerving. I don't like that.
I packed a bunch of snacks, so we can use that to lure it if we can maybe treat that.
It's quite possible.
Got some health bars over here, some trail mix.
I'm gonna say about now you guys start having a bad feeling.
Lovely.
I want you guys to make some sort of action, or at least one of you to make some sort of action.
Hold on. I'm looking.
Could I read a bad situation after her?
I mean, there's I can bar a place or portal to a specific person or a type of creature. Or I can trap a specific person, minion, or monster. I can do that if I get that. So I'm gonna use magic.
Okay, you have to see it, though. You can't just be throwing...
No, but, later. I have an idea for it, but,
Yeah, okay.
You could, bring that up. You're like, hey, I have special powers.
I feel like she's not gonna say that right away. She still doesn't, she gets her mom trusts this dude, but, it's this old dude she doesn't know.
I guess you also don't know you can do that explicitly. I think you could try.
Yeah, I could try to do something, but she's not A-okay sure about it.
Okay.
Alright, so, Jones, read a bad situation.
I just did. I got a 9, and so he is going to ask, What's the best way to protect the victims? The victim, in this case, I guess being the monster?
Alright, well, what is the best way to protect the monster? Well, it just so happens that the monster has been hobbling up the train tracks behind you as you were talking to Coleman.
Oh, cool.
Tis here.
I toss a granola bar at it.
Well, here's the thing, Sage, you realize that this is now your dream. That the monster's here. The person is Lauren Coleman, and you are at the scene.
Oh no.
Your dad is about to be eaten.
So can I use magic now to trap it? Like,
Yeah.
she doesn't want this to happen, so that would be a plus weird. Plus, she's trying to prevent all this from happening, like the gunshot.
Keep in mind, you don't know where the gunshot came from.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why she's just trying to prevent it. She doesn't know what's going on, so that would be plus
Alright.
3. Good thing that was a 6, but plus 3 is a 9.
Alright. It works in perfectly. Choose your fetch and a glitch.
I'm trapping the Enfield horror, and I'm gonna say problematic side effect.
Okay. I have a question. Did the side effect have to affect Sage specifically?
No, it does not.
No, it just says it has a problematic side effect.
Alright. So, you cast this on the monster, and it stops, but it also kind of, like, looks like it's hurting, like it's shaking and everything.
Oh no!
And, Coleman, he runs up now that he sees that the monster is, like, not moving.
Yikes.
He runs up, like, right in front of it, and
I would like to protect him.
This isn't what I
you're gonna
wanted.
protect...
And I would like to help Angeline if I could protect that boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna like try and pull him back away from it and like get between them.
Okay, do that.
Okay, on a 7. Okay, so you take a +1. I got a 7.
I got an 8 then.
Okay.
Alright. Okay, so you helped and you got a mixed success, so you exposed yourself to trouble or danger. And Angeline, you got an 8 for protect someone. I'm sorry, I'm scrolling down to look at all these.
It says or any success you protect them, but you'll suffer some or all of the harm they were going to get.
Okay, so you run up, Angeline, and you pull him back right as a gunshot comes from the forest, and you almost get hit by this. I'm not gonna say you get hurt, but it's definitely loud, and it's one of those like you really can't hear much now.
Okay.
And well, you prevented someone from dying, so like
Yay.
and a man runs out from the forest, and he's like. He's like a farmer guy, and he's like, "Are y'all okay? I was aiming for the monster, and then the man ran up, and I didn't mean to shoot. I just..."
Sage kind of looks at him. He goes, "We got this. Can you please just leave it alone? We got this. And everyone's okay. No one got hurt. I mean, it's loud, so my mom probably can't hear you. But can you please?"
Yeah, Angeline's just kind of like talking really loudly because she can't hear. She's like, "Yeah, we're okay. Everything's fine here. I'm not shot."
Jones steps forward, scythe still drawn, and is like, "Sir, maybe you should move along, please."
The man like looks at the monster, and then you with the scythe, and then Sage, who evidently looks like she just cast whatever on the monster.
I mean,
And Coleman, he's just kind of in shock, and he's like, no, I think you should be the ones that are moving along. This is my town, and I'm gonna call the police on whatever the hell is happening here. What even is this thing?
No, sir. Sir, guns don't work on it, sir. Guns don't do anything.
That's fair.
can I do the telepathy manipulate someone?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a plus charm, which I got a +1. Okay, I got that. So yeah, I'm gonna try to manipulate. Let's see how this goes. That is 11 + 1. That's a 12.
Nice.
So he's doing what I want. So using the telepathy, he's gonna leave. He's gonna just kind of like,
Oh, you just like take over his mind and make him walk.
yeah. She's not like, she's just trying to get him to leave. She just wants him to leave.
Does this count as saving another person?
Does this count as
No.
preventing it from happening?
Okay, so what did you roll again?
I rolled a 12.
12. Okay, so for a normal person, if you get plus 10, they'll do it as long as you reward them as promised. So you actually you have to convince them, but they're more likely to do it. So you still have to tell them something. You're using telepathy, so I'm assuming it's some sort of like, you're getting them to believe a reason they should leave.
I'm gonna say I'm getting him to believe that we got it handled, that he doesn't, like, need to be here. Like, we got it handled, we're gonna call the police, we're gonna get it, like, done with. He doesn't need to be here.
Alright. So he believes that, because he just said he was gonna call the police, and if you guys are like, well, we'll call the police, we have phones.
Yeah, like, this is Sage, is like, we'll call the police, we got all that, I promise, we're gonna do it, I promise.
She can even be like, hey, we promise we won't call the police on you for almost shooting us.
Yeah, like, she adds that in, kind of like, we won't call the police on you, we'll call the police on this thing, like, because you almost shot my mom or, like, this man.
He agrees. He's like, yeah, I'm sorry about that. Please don't tell them that I almost shot you guys.
I'm okay.
Please leave, please. And, like, this is a 15-year-old plus the telepathy, like, giving the puppy dog eyes kind of look, like, she's, like, begging him, plus the telepathy kind of is like...
He believes it, and he goes back into the forest, which you assume is towards his farm. And Coleman kind of gets over his shock, and he like, looks back at the monster, and he's, like, marveling at it. And he's like, man, you really stopped this thing, didn't you?
Can I mark experience, then? It says if I stop, like, the vision thing, like, something bad happens.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah!
Yeah, you stopped Lauren Coleman from dying.
Yes! I'm so happy.
Can I pick up that granola bar and, like, feed that I threw at it and feed it?
Sure, are you unwrapping the...
Yeah. Just pick it up from the ground, unwrap it, and hold it out for it. It's hungry.
So the bad effect is still happening on the monster, so it kind of looks really scary as it's, like, shaking and frothing, whatever magic is going on with it.
Don't like that.
Sage feels really bad, though. She was trying to stop it because she didn't want it, like, coming up, and, like, so she's still, like, upset, but she was able to stop someone dying. She's like, okay.
It's a give or take.
Yeah, she's like, this is a so-so situation. I don't like it shaking, because it's, like, this, like, thing. She doesn't want to hurt it. It's this creature. She likes, like, creatures. Like, even after the zombie dog, she still went and pet the dog, kind of.
Yeah. So Coleman steps back and he's like, well, what should we do with this thing here?
Honey, Sage, can you use whatever you just did to make him go back to sleep?
I can try. Would it be manipulating a monster?
I think it would be use magic.
Yeah, because it says that you can't manipulate monsters unless you have a certain move.
Okay, yeah, okay. So what would I be like evict, like, well, no, it'd be like bar a place from a type of creature kind of deal if I get it, because I'm looking through the effects. Or would it be communicate with something that I do not share a language with?
I'd maybe communicate. It wouldn't be forcing it to go back to sleep in this case. You might try to convince it to, like, do not go near people, do not go near that processing plant for meats.
Okay, I'm gonna try to communicate to this thing. Sage is just trying to think, like, what would I do? Okay, so, plus weird. That's a 6 plus 2, that is an 8.
Oh, just barely.
So yeah, it's, I feel like, so it'd be very short. I'm gonna say the effect is of short duration, so it's like a really quick conversation kind of deal. So.
Alright, so.
As she's, like, trying to think through this and, like, what am I doing? What am I doing?
So the monster doesn't really have speech, but it's like, more like, animal instincts. So, what do you try to convey to this animal? Like, think maybe if you're, like, another one of its kind, deer can tell each other when they're in trouble, and, like, cats can communicate in their own ways. Like, what would you be telling it instinctively through its instinct language?
People are dangerous, like, trying to, like, I don't know exactly, but, like, humans are danger, stay away.
That man had a gun.
Yeah, like, stay away kind of deal from, like, people.
Okay. You get an overwhelming, like, but hungry.
Yeah, and then she's like, I'm trying to say, like, look at garbage stuff, because there's gonna be food in there. She's trying to keep it away from people. And, like, there are, like, places, like, compost. Yeah, away from people. Look somewhere else. There. Look.
Go out to where all the farms are and stay out there, where it's big space.
Alright, so, like, this magic kind of ends, and, like, you think you got the message across, like, people are dangerous, but you don't know if it's actually going to be able to, because food kind of on the hierarchy of needs is a little bit higher than, like, safety.
So that's the best Sage can
That's
do.
fair.
Like, you get that if it had food, it would definitely, like, now it knows stay away from people, rather than if you have food, get near people.
Mom, you said you had a lot of snacks, right?
Yeah, I'm still holding out that granola bar.
Yeah, weren't you gonna lead it somewhere? Coleman says.
That is a good idea. She like points at him. We can lead it somewhere.
Maybe if we could just find out where it was staying before it woke up.
I did see some not, like, way older marks down that way.
Now, hear me out. What if we took the monster and we put it somewhere else?
Don't quote SpongeBob at me, Dad.
No, I don't know what you're talking about, first of all. Secondly, I'm serious. What if we take it, and we move it just somewhere entirely different?
I mean, yeah.
Where to?
Like a deserted island, or like a cave somewhere else, or...
What are we gonna do? Just put it in our car?
As you guys are talking, your spell runs out on me,
Oh, great.
and the creature kind of, like, runs into the forest and away from you guys, because you just told it to stay away from people.
Well, I guess our job is done.
And Coleman's like, wait, we can still do that, we just need to... We'll lure it back, and then... It doesn't have to know we're here, though. I really liked where you guys were going with this, and I feel like the monster not being here in this vicinity might actually help.
Do you know anything about, like, the camping, like, the woods? Like, are there any caves or anything? I mean, like, there can be burrows, like in the ground, from, like old fox dens and kind of like that. Like, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, like hibernating?
Yeah, like, the old fox dens, like, stuff like that, because they're, like, in the ground, but they're, like, holes in the ground that it can stay, that's, like, big enough.
Dug in, either in the forest or underneath an abandoned building, maybe.
I would say in the forest, because that'd be a little easier for the creature to find food, like...
Yeah, it was probably, like, in a burrow under a big tree.
Yeah, like, that'd be a good place to put it. Like, put the food there, a little, like, crush some of the granola into this little trail, like Hansel and Gretel style.
Yeah, alright. So that's your plan? What are you gonna do, like, once you lead it back to its home?
Well, if it has food, because its main concern was food, it knows to stay away from people. And if we're putting it in the forest, there's, like, the camping grounds, but we can lead it away from the camping grounds themselves, like the populated area, bring it kind of away and, like, just leave it there. It doesn't need to, like, we don't need to really do anything else.
It's not really a danger.
Coleman brings up, he's like, well, if this thing's hibernating, I think it's gonna need a pretty big feast, more than just a couple granola bars to be convinced to go back to sleep.
I dump out my bag and there's just like 100 granola bars.
It needs a sustainable food source, and a place that will keep it away from prying eyes and the general population, because it's not...
Mr. Coleman, do you know what it eats?
And he just kind of shrugs and says, I don't know, but if it's been trying to get up to that processing plant, all that's up there is meat. Raw meat. Canned, mostly.
So there's a lake. Is there fish in the lake?
Can it swim?
You know, I don't really know about these, like, mutated beasts, what they can really do. I mean, that was the first time I saw it up close. I don't know, 3 legs?
I mean, like, if it has 3 legs, I feel like it could, like, probably... But I'm saying, like, we could get a bunch of fish. Like, we could go to the, like... This is camping ground, like, people are no... And if there's a lake, there's probably people fishing.
It's gonna become the new Loch Ness Monster.
If you want to spend a day fishing all day, you know there's a limit on how much fish you can get.
Also, that is definitely not the solution to this.
We don't even know where this thing's home is.
We don't. We're trying to lead it somewhere else. Oh my god.
Yep, there we go. It's all coming together.
Lead it somewhere else. All right.
I understood
Somewhere
what you
else,
were
alright.
saying. Yeah, that's what we were saying. I thought you knew this, sir. She's like,
But where's that somewhere else?
Does anyone have access to a private island?
Dad, if you don't have access to a private island, what makes you think Mom and I do?
No, I'm talking to this gentleman over here. I don't know if maybe he is rich or maybe if he has a rich friend.
I'm a writer.
Oh.
Please explain to me, Dad. What were you expecting?
I overestimated his income, clearly.
Ouch. She just is like, oh.
Yeah, I honestly can't think of anything.
I feel like we could look for like abandoned fox dens. I mean, it's a forest.
Yeah, but that's not gonna keep it away.
Okay, first of all, we have a solid plan B, which is to kill it.
No.
I'm down for plan B.
No.
But I do think that there are ways that we could maybe remove this from society.
A forest that you can find a place that isn't so inhabited, or like there's campground specific areas.
Yeah, that deeper into the forest might do it.
The wildlife reserve makes sense. I mean, where else could it have been staying this whole time?
Yeah, deeper into the forest, into a wildlife reserve. If we can track it down again, which wouldn't be too hard.
I mean, it has 3 legs. It wouldn't be that hard to find the footprints.
Yeah.
It's 3 legs.
And yeah, if Sage could put it to sleep again, at the very least, I could maybe try and move it.
I didn't put it to sleep. I was just talking to it.
Okay, if you could paralyze it or do whatever you did last time.
Coleman speaks up. He's like, I still want to figure out what drove this creature out of its home in the first place.
That's fair.
Food.
Well, you do that while we try to lead it away.
Yeah, but food after how many years? I don't think food is the main reason it got up. I mean, wouldn't it have gotten up like a week after its first sighting if food was the problem?
Maybe someone destroyed its home.
That could be possible.
It might have just woken up. Hibernation kind of. If you've seen bears sleep through winter and they're fine, like, and then they wake up and they're hungry.
I think it's connected to these meteors.
You think there's something else?
I don't know how meteors affect this.
We can ask if the wildlife people, if like something crashed down.
Animals are sensitive to stuff like this. It might be possible.
So if it's meteors, we could ask the park, the camping people, like, did anything kind of like crash down?
I think that might be a step in the right direction. I really don't want to kill this thing.
If it's a situation with the weather, then there's not really much we can do about that. But if maybe there's another animal or something else that's connected, we might be able to solve that.
Dad, not to sound like I know everything, but like, you have a scythe made of bone. I think the meteors might possibly be something more. I can do things that aren't exactly explainable. I think the meteors might be something more. We just saw what Mom would call a cryptid. I mean...
No, absolutely, I agree. I think that we should investigate the forest a bit more and maybe see if there's something else that's attached to the meteors that is causing it to leave where it's been.
So Coleman gets up and he's like, "All right, well, I want to go check out that wildlife reserve. Maybe go on a nice little hike through that area."
Hey, Mom, we finally get to go on that hike you mentioned.
So, you go back into the forest, and like, sure enough, by following the footsteps with your amazing investigation, now that you know what the footsteps look like, you can go back through the forest and you find the den that you guys were looking for. And in front of it is a small meteor crater. And there is a meteor, and Lauren Coleman picks it up.
How did we not see that?
Because you didn't go there. You never went to there.
No, we didn't see it fall from the sky?
You saw the meteor shower, but you didn't stay up that long.
I'm sure we would have heard this, though. That would have been a huge crash.
No, it's a small meteor. This is like a meteorite.
Technically, they're all meteorites if they hit Earth.
Yeah, it's not like a giant crash. Yeah, it's okay. So I picked up a meteor lately, and it was only like it was smaller than a book. Like
No, but like they hit really hard. They're falling at an insane amount of speed.
Yeah, despite their size, they do cause like sonic booms.
alright, I'm sorry, I didn't know that part of science. I figured meteors just kind of fell
No.
because some meteors are small. They're like 2 inches large.
No, yeah.
No, even the small ones cause a lot of damage.
Okay. Anyway, if you want to investigate a mystery,
Alright, I'll investigate. I got a 9.
a 9. Alright. What do you ask? We ask what happened here.
Yeah, what happened here?
The meteor crashed and woke the creature up. Maybe it's disturbing the creature from going back to sleep, going back home.
Alright, well, I put it in my bag, I guess.
This is our rock now.
Alright, and so you've already made your plan. You're going to lure it back, but you need something to keep it there. And it's already been suggested that that should be a large amount of food.
Do we go get food from the town? Like, there's a town.
Let's sneak into the plant and steal a bunch of food.
How do you decide? Oh, yeah. We want to check out that plant?
Or we could literally just buy food. Like, we could go to the store.
I mean, the monster's been trying to get into the plant, so, like...
Yeah, but, like, it's because it's a meat plant. Like, if we go into the store and buy meat...
Yeah, you can do that.
Instead of trying to sneak into a place, we can go to the grocery store and buy, like, a pork shoulder. Like, a huge pork shoulder and, like, some bags of chicken.
Alright, Sage. Use your life savings.
No. Jones probably got this.
She's a kid. She's probably just like, we don't need this.
Yeah.
Like, her mom, I feel like Angeline mentioned sneaking into the plant, and Sage is like, or we can go buy food?
Yeah, we just buy that. That's a thing we can do.
So yeah, you buy that and you guys set it all up and just wait for the monster? Or what do you do to try and, like, trail it? Do you just lay out a trail of granola bars and hope that it comes back to its home? And
Well, I thought we would follow its tracks and try to find it again, and then we lure it with the granola bars to its home.
I was gonna say, can I try to communicate it with it? Like, use magic?
Or that.
yeah, what do you want to do?
Let's try that one. That one we don't have to move.
Let's use magic and try to bring, like, food. Follow the food. Let's see how this goes. Nope, that didn't work. I have leveled up.
What'd you get?
A 4 plus a 2. That's still a 6. So I am a level 2 now.
Lovely. Well done.
Alright. So you lose control of your magic. You manage to communicate with the monster. You communicate your position along with food, and
Oh, good.
nothing happens for a little bit, but then you hear, like, a bunch of stomping as it runs through the forest.
It has 3 legs. I think we gotta book it.
Back to the habitat.
Do we know it's gonna follow the food? Are we gonna, like, run towards the hideout and then, like, hide?
It'll follow you guys.
Yeah, let's run towards the food. Like, towards where we got it planned.
Yeah,
Alright.
lead it towards the habitat.
Sage just kind of goes, oh no, run.
Alright. So it chases you guys all the way back to the dugout that used to be its home. And you kind of encircle it right in front of it with the, like, stack of meat that you offer you placed as an offering. But right now it is not focused on the meat. So I'm just gonna say flat out, you've either got to attack it or get it to calm down and eat. And it's going to do one of its supernatural powers, and which is psychological fear. It looks deep into your eyes, and
Who's it affecting?
Sage, you are frozen. Like,
Oh,
frozen in
great.
fear.
Oh, does she not get to act under pressure?
She already failed her roll.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Not if it's got a... Yeah.
This is consequence.
Yeah, I failed a roll,
Yeah,
and
that's
that's what my
very
magic does. Yeah, my magic. If I fail,
Yeah. Magic has a higher failure than most stuff.
Well, I'm a stabby.
Can I act under pressure to
Yeah.
like stand in between them and like just pick up the meat and put it in its face?
You're gonna
It's like food. Look at it.
So you said we needed to either calm it down or like hurt it so it would retreat into the cave?
Yeah.
Well, I just stabbed it, is the thing.
Oh.
okay.
Yeah, big ol' stab. I got a 10.
Oh, wait, Jimmy, did you do your meat thing?
Yeah, and I failed it.
Okay, so let me do that.
Yeah, okay.
That was act under pressure.
She was trying to grab the meat.
On a miss,
Things go to
Things
hell.
go to hell. Yeah, it gets a hit off on you. It does 3 damage with its legs, its feetsies that can tear up sneakers.
Oh, good. I love this.
And Jones just kind of blurs into frame and slams it with the scythe.
Alright,
Oh my god.
so how much damage do you do?
So 4 harm,
Oh dang.
Alright.
it's gonna take a whole 4 harm, and because it was a 10 plus, I get to choose an extra effect, so I force them where I want them, which means I cut him real good and shove him into the cave.
Alright, so you managed to do that, but, yeah, it kind of, like, falls over for a bit.
Did
and
you
then
kill it?
kind of, like, wobbles back up. No, you didn't kill it.
Yeah, but here's the thing though, Memento Mori is magic, so as a magic weapon, doesn't that mean it does the murder in anyway?
Its weakness is not an element, so, like, it's not.
Oh, okay.
How long am
Yeah.
I frozen?
Oh, yeah, I'd say with it being pushed back, it's probably fine.
Okay, then I want to use magic and see if I can try to heal it. Like at least one where it's not so bad.
No, we're leaving it with the cut.
Alright, and I throw the meat into the cave with it.
No, it would heal
I throw the
one.
meat
You did
into the
4
cave.
harm. Riley, you did 4 harm. Sage
Maybe.
doesn't like
You
that.
see-
But like, Riley, it still would it would still have the cut, but it wouldn't be 4, it would be 3. I only harm 1. Like, I only heal 1
Okay.
harm. So that's what I'm saying. Use magic, because Sage sees you do that after it was shoved, and she's like, no! Because she wasn't trying to hurt the thing.
Alright, but you can roll for that, yeah.
That's what I'm doing. That is a 10 plus 2, that's a 12. So yay, it goes, I heal 1.
Nice. Yeah, it's, okay, so have you seen those, gifs where people throw something onto a cat's face? Like a cheese or a piece of ham? Basically, it's like, it's no longer hurting, and it has had meat thrown onto its face. Alright, so, it's kind of calming down now, but you guys are still in its line of sight, so,
Okay, we gave it food to distract it. Can we leave now?
yeah, well, it's up to you guys.
Are we good?
Are we sure it can't leave?
No, you're not sure. It's still open, and it hasn't eaten the food or gone into a coma yet, so...
Sage, tell it to stay.
Alright, so I gotta roll for magic again. 8 plus 2, that's a 10. So yeah,
Nice.
communicate.
Works without issues.
Yeah, so I communicate with it to eat. There is free food.
Eat and stay.
And stay there.
Yeah. Maybe also say, like, it's like, people are danger, food is here, people are danger.
Oh.
It's just a repetition. People are dangerous.
At the people are danger, Jones waves the scythe at it.
But you guys are in front of it, it's not gonna eat while it's in danger.
Yeah. We'll leave.
And then Sage goes, okay, it knows. Let's go. Let's go.
Lovely.
Coleman kind of because Coleman's been on the outside of this fight the whole time.
Oh.
Because he was totally in with this. Yeah. He's like, as you guys walk away, because he gets that, like, you have to back up for the monster to eat, he kind of, like, hides behind a tree and watches it. He's like, this thing, it's beautiful. It's amazing.
Sir, are you gonna Are we good? Can you not mention what you saw today with, like, you can mention the Enfield horror, but not us?
That would be ideal.
Could you please?
Are you asking me to take all of the credit?
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I put my hand on his shoulder and I'm just bleeding as heck. I got a huge gash on my chest. I'm just like, mention me in the credits.
No. You can, how about this? You get the credit, but you can say, like, you were notified by a family. How about that?
A family friend.
He nods. He's like, I just want to stay and watch this thing go to sleep.
Okay, and those people are dangerous, so don't be in its line of sight, okay?
Do you think I should cover it with, like, branches or something when it sleeps?
That's, once it's asleep, yeah, I feel like that's good. Once it's asleep. That'd be nice. It's a nice little thing.
He nods and he's like, alright, we'll see you guys later then.
Bye.
He goes back to staring at it as it, like, it's like, it'll finish a piece of meat and then go out to the pile that you made and pull it back in.
So we go back to the car.
I'm bleeding.
We can heal you, right? Like, we have a stuff in the car, right? Don't we?
I mean, I'm at a 3. It'll heal eventually on its own.
We have stuff to, like, heal it, and you can, like, get some rest in the car.
Yeah. 3 is, still stable, right?
Yeah, just barely. So he just wrapped me up and I just, like, lay down in the back seat.
So yeah, you guys go back and you're like, your car is, I'm gonna say it's at the wildlife reservation. It's not still at the train tracks because you had to have driven over. Yeah, what do you guys want to say before the end?
I feel a little guilty about this one. Not my best.
We didn't kill it, so, you know, A+ job in our book.
I'd say, yeah, Sage feels kind of, like, good because she got to stop that thing that she was very scared about. So Sage feels like she's, like, okay with it now because she's like, we didn't hurt it. Like, we didn't mean to anyway. And she looks at her dad kind of like, and we saved Mr. Coleman from dying.
We saved that elderly man, yes.
I am gonna say, I'm gonna have some rad scars when this trip is over.
We have got to get you some armor or something.
Yeah, we need to get you something, Mom. So, should we talk about what's, like, going on? Because, I mean, I've now been able to do...
I love my magic daughter.
Alright, do we want to do the end of session stuff?
Yes.
Alright. Okay, so... Did they conclude the current mystery? Yes, with some help from me.
Yep.
Did they save someone from certain death or worse? Yes. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Not all cryptids are bad. We don't have to kill all of them.
Yeah, we don't gotta kill all of them.
Did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
I mean...
Other than Sage having more than one power, I guess? Not really.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. You already got 3, so that's
Yeah.
2 marks.